In this video, we are going to see how to schedule meetings in Google Meet on Jotform submission. So let's say you are using Jotform as a form builder application where every time there is a new response received. Then what you want is that with that response, so you have scheduled a meeting, now you want to connect it with Google Meet so that a meet can be scheduled. For this, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here, your trigger application will be Jotform and your action application will be Google Meet. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. Now on the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in as I'm an existing user here. And as I do that, we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. Here we have reached a dashboard. On the right hand side, you can see a blue tab, create workflow. Let's click on this. Now what is my objective here? Here my objective is every time I receive a form submission through Jotform or any other form builder application, then with the details received, I want to schedule a Google Meet. So I'm going to name it as schedule meetings in Google Meet on Jotform submission. Let's click on create. So as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application will be Jotform. Let's click on this. And the trigger event here would be new response. So this workflow is going to run every time I receive a new response through Jotform submission. Now here you can see that we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Jotform so that Pabbly Connect can have access to the information. So I'm going to copy this, and now let me show you what you have to do. So I'm going to take you to my Jotform account. I already have created a form which is online doctor appointment form. So I'm going to edit this. So here you can see this is the form. I have the following fields: name, first name, last name, then the date of birth. Then we have the gender, phone number, email, and this here is the preferred appointment date and time. Now we have to go to settings first. Here on the left hand panel you can see integrations. Let's click on this. And now I'm going to look for webhooks. So here it is. And the URL that we had just copied, I'm going to paste it over here. Click on complete integration, and as we do that, here we can see that the integration is ready. Let's click on finish. So once this is done, now as I take you back to Pabbly Connect, here it is written that log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So I'm going to take you back to Jotform, and here let's go to preview form. Now this is the link, so I'm going to open this in a new tab, and now I'm going to fill up this form. So let's say the first name here is new, the last name here is demo, then we have the date of birth. So this is 1st of February and the year is 2005. What is the gender? It is male. Area code, let's say it is +91, and then the phone number here is this. Now the email address is newdemo123@pabblytudes.com. Okay, so let's say the time is 13th and it is at 7 o'clock in the evening. Let's click on submit form, and here you can see that the form has been submitted. Going back to Pabbly Connect to see if we have received the API response. So let's wait, and yes, here we have received the same. So this here is the form details. So first of all, this is the date. So this is basically date of birth. Then here we have the first name and the last name. Then again, as I take you down, this here preferred appointment date, and this is preferred appointment duration. Then we have the phone number. This is the country code. Then this is the gender. And here is the form title and form ID. Now once I have received this information, what do I want? I want to schedule a meeting in Google Meet. So my action application here will be Google Meet. The action event here would be to schedule a meeting. So let's click on connect. As I do that, here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Meet account. Let's click on add new connection, sign in with Google. So here it is asking me to choose the account. So once chosen, you can see that Pabbly Calendar wants to access my Google account. This is absolutely secure. Let's click on allow. And here you can see that the authorization has been successful. Let's go down. So first of all, the name of the calendar. So you can see that it has already been captured by the system. Now comes the summary. So this is new appointment scheduled. Now we have the description. So what I'm going to do is in the description, I'm also going to add the name of the person. So new appointment scheduled for. Now I'm going to map the information. How? This is the last step. And as I take you down, so this is the first name. Then I'm going to give a space. And this here is the last name. So this is the method with which I have added the information, and this method is known as mapping. This is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Now the next thing is start time. So here you can see that it is very well written that enter your event start UTC date time value in this particular format. This is TNZ format. So value that we have received here is in a completely different format. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly which is date time formatter so that I can change the format of the date and time. So here it is, and the action event would be to format date with time zone. Let's click on connect. Now here it is asking me to map the date. So first of all, let's go to step 1. This here is the preferred appointment date. Now what is this format? This is year, month and date along with time. So this is year, month and date along with time. So this is the format. The next one is the to format. Now it has been specified that we need the information in TZ format. So the to format here would be this. Okay, this is TNZ format. And the next thing is I'm going to take you down the from time zone. So this is Kolkata, Asia, and it is mentioned that the to time zone has to be UTC. So I'm going to mention UTC. Let's click on save and send test request. So here we can see that we have received the information. So this is the date, month, year, and here you can see it is showing me a different time. Why? Because this is the UTC time. Now the next thing is I'm going to go down, refresh this connection by selecting the existing connection, and here I'm going to map the start time. This here is the start time. Now let's say that the doctor is going to take around an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an hour to the existing time that I have. For this again I'm going to choose date time formatter. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be add subtract time. Let's click on connect. So first of all, the date that I want, so I'm going to go to step 2. This is the date. Now what is the expression? So I want to add time. So here the expression has been given. This is how you have to add time. So basically I have to write plus, but I do not want to add 8 hours. I want to add just an hour. So here it is. Then we have the to format. So what is the to format? It is the TZ format, right? Where it is? So here it is. What is the from format? The from format is again the TZ format. So this here is the TZ format. Now let's click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here you can see that we have received the response. So this is the response. This is the date and this here is the time. So you can see here we had received 4 and this is exactly 1 hour later, which is 5. Now once I have received this, I'm going to again refresh this connection quickly. And once I have done this, here I'm going to map the end date and time. So let's go to step 3 and this here it is. Now the attendees emails. So the person who has just filled in the form, I'm going to enter his email address over here. So let's go down and this here is the email address. Now the request ID. So if you wish to add any request ID, you can always do that. Now the request ID can be the email address because this is going to be unique. So I'm going to add the email address here as well. And once done, let's click on save and send test request. So here I have received the API response according to which a Google Meet must be created. So let's go and check my Google Calendar. So we have to go and check 13th. And yes, here you can see for 9:30 to 10:30 an appointment has been scheduled. So this basically means that our integration is a complete success. Here we can see that this is the guest. We have added the email address of the person and there is a reminder for 10 minutes before. So yes, our integration is a success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to take you back to Jotform, and here I'm going to fill this form once again. Let's say the first name this time is Smart. Then the last name here is user. Date of birth here is 14th September 2007. Then what is the gender? It is male. This is the area code. This here is the phone number. And then the email address. So the email address is smartuser123@pabblytudes.com. And now the preferred appointment date. Let's say the appointment is for 13th only and the timing is 8 o'clock. I'm going to submit the form. So the form has been submitted. As soon as this has been submitted, what should happen? Automatically a Google Meet link should be provided. So let's go and check our calendar. So here you can see from 10:30 to 11:30 another appointment has been scheduled. This basically means that our integration is a success. Going back to Pabbly Connect, let's quickly understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is Jotform, where the event is new response. Then our action application was Google Meet, where the event was schedule a meeting. Here we have used date time formatter twice. Once to format date with time zone and then to add or subtract time, because we had to add an hour to the existing time. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any other specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.